Hi friends, thanks for joining me today. How are you? I miss you. Well, thank you for coming to my making workshop. Today we're going to be making UFOs out of recycled materials. Now, I personally have never seen a UFO. Have you? I've only seen drawings of them, like one drawing I've seen kind of looks like this, and it was in one of my son's books. Some windows, and sometimes they're like shining beams down. Kind of looks like an octopus or a UFO. Anyway, so you can use pictures that you've seen in books to inspire you, or just come up with your own UFO. UFO stands for unidentified flying object, which usually means aliens. Aliens ride in the UFOs. Or it could be whatever you want it to be. We're going to use recycled materials again. What I like to use and collect for this project are containers. So I have yogurt containers. I have containers from like takeout food. This had syrup in it. Egg cartons, and I'll show you why these are going to be awesome for our project. You can even use some materials like this, which I'll show you. We can use this for decoration. So for the base of our UFO, you're going to want containers, all sorts and sizes, or just one, whatever you can find laying around your house. You're going to want some scraps of cardboard, something to color with, Sharpies, paint, markers, paint sticks, crayons, glue or tape, scissors. If you have hot glue at home, you can use that, but you can easily do this project without hot glue. And then you're going to want to find some junk laying around for the decorations. So again, bottle caps are awesome to use. Caps from milk jugs. Buttons, kind of the same thing that if you came to my last workshop doing our jetpacks, some of those things. I also like to use foil again. We use foil for our jetpacks. I love using foil because usually everyone has it around their house, and it's shiny, kind of like, I don't know, space material, and it's really easy to work with. Foil and other junk materials. One thing my son and I found the other day when we were making, if you don't have aluminum foil, we were eating our snack and we were eating a bar, and we opened it and we said, look at that shiny material. So if you don't have foil, you can use it inside of most bar wrappers have this color on the inside, and it can be fantastic because it'll look shiny like metal. All right. Should we get started? I'm really excited about this. So, like I said, you can make your UFO however you want. Based on my drawing, generally UFOs have like a round shape on top, I imagine for the aliens to be in, and then something underneath it for it to like fly. So you can do a couple of things. I'm going to do a project today, our UFO with 2 yogurt containers. And if you flip them together, they line up perfectly. What I'm going to do though, is I'm going to cut a piece of cardboard to go underneath one of them. I'm going to put my yogurt cup on the cardboard, and I'm going to trace around it. The reason why I traced around it is because I actually am going to cut bigger than the circle that I just drew so that the cardboard sticks out when I put it together. And here's what I mean. Instead of cutting on the line, I am going to cut around the doesn't have to be perfect, of course, so that it's bigger than the circle I drew. So then when I put my UFO top on top of it, it's bigger than the yogurt cup. So the first thing I'm going to do is actually assemble my pieces. I think I'm going to do it like this. You can either hot glue or tape this part. I would recommend tape or hot glue because this kind of glue takes longer to dry, but if it's all you have, go for it. So I'm going to attach my pieces first. I'm going to flip it over, and then I'm going to attach the other yogurt cup. I wonder if aliens use hot glue. I don't know. Glue it on. Oh, okay. So now I have the base structure of my UFO. So now's the fun part. I'm going to use foil to cover all of this. If you don't have foil, again, you can use the inside of bar wrappers. Actually, let's try that. I'm going to cut it. It's super shiny. I like it. I like it. And I think what I'll do is cut it into strips. And then I'm just going to start gluing it on. I personally want to cover the whole yogurt container and the cardboard, so you won't even know what it looks like. Oh yeah, this stuff will be great. So you can start gluing on your foil or whatever material you want. If you just have paper, you can cover it with paper. You don't actually have to cover it at all. I like to cover it so you don't know what it was made out of. So, same thing with foil. I use just a regular glue stick because foil sticks really well to it. And I'm just going to use strips. One thing you could try, if you do have foil, I wonder if you would want to use a bigger piece. Let's see if this works. And what if we started wrapping the whole thing with one piece of foil? Aha! I think it might work. The cool thing about foil also is that it kind of bends to whatever shape you want it to bend to. So you could do one entire piece. And then if you have edges showing, you can simply glue foil on to cover up the rest of it. Now I noticed as I did my foil that even though it kind of took the shape I wanted it to, it still might need a little bit of tape or glue to make it stay in place. But if you push and push and push, it will take on the shape that you want it to. So what I'm going to do is just grab a little bit more foil to cover up the rest of my yogurt cup and cardboard. You can either cut foil or you can tear strips. Just cut some strips here. Put some glue on. Oh yeah, this is going to be shiny. Okay, a little bit back here. I also want to cover my whole base shape that I made with foil, because then when I start adding my details, they will really pop out, so you'll really be able to see them. It's kind of like giving it a clean slate, and no one will know it's not a real UFO. They might, but they might not. All right, just a little bit more covering up to do. And remember, go slow. It's all about the process. The making is the fun part. Well, playing with it is the fun part too, right? Am I right? Okay. UFO. I'll add a little more glue to the top of mine. And we have our UFO base. Now is the fun part because we get to add the decorations. I don't really know, but I imagine UFOs need windows because as they're flying through space, they need to like see what's going on. So I'm going to just start adding the things that I found. I'm going to add a juice cap. Actually, this is a milk cap. Oh, and that might be a laser beam. So I think I might add some color to the inside of that. Sharpies work well on plastic because once they dry, it stays on better than regular markers if you have it. Okay, I have my laser beam, and then I think I need just some other windows. So I'm going to put one there. I think I'm going to do them all the way around. Another one here. Now, if you don't have bottle caps or anything extra laying around your house that you're allowed to use, one thing you could do is use cardboard, and you can cut a circle. And then color your cardboard. I'm using Sharpie again. You can use marker, crayons, paint, colored pencil. I think I would color this whole thing. Boom. Add a little glue. There we go. So my UFO is taking shape. And I think I need some other details to it. But I can work on that after. There's one more UFO that I want to show you. If you don't like the shape of this one, another one you could do is just a container on top, and you can use cardboard again. Cut the round shape of the cardboard. Glue that on, and it can be just a single flyer, so you don't have this on the bottom. And here's one that I really thought was fun. This is a UFO I'm working on. See the alien in there? So this is why the egg cartons are so fun. So here's how I made this one. I took a bigger cap. This is a juice cap. I believe this one was a peanut butter cap. And what I did is I used cardboard again for the bottom. And this one I'm going to make a little bigger. Let me get a bigger piece. I don't know about you all, but we have a lot of cardboard laying around. And it is so fun to build with. Okay, so same step as before. I'm going to trace around my lid. And then I'm going to cut a little bit bigger around the circle.